Did that help at all? For you guys to be able to see? Maybe it did. Most likely it didn't. What is this image? Hey. Let me just move that to my pictures folder. Remove that change. It was a bad idea. What do you mean it's gonna take you a couple of seconds to move a half a gigabyte large file? What am I paying you for? I'm not paying you anything. Give me the details. 15 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Good. Now I'll delete a gigabyte and a half in a split second. How does it do this? I don't know. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're gonna be finishing off Shadowrun Hong Kong. Last time we rescued our father. This time we rescue a city. Lawrence Blair's your hustle Raymond from the Special Project section of the Prosperity Tower, but you encounter no resistance. Raymond instantly gropes his way through the corridors of the corporate headquarters, holding onto your elbow for support. Occasionally, the old man's fingers gaze the dressing on his head with his free hand, wincing when he touches a tender patch. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to up the gamma for this one, gents. I'm gonna need to buff the gamma for you guys as well. That should be that. Alright, you guys should be able to see this easily. Triad guard. 5 people are all reaching of Triad, but as get next to your crew, muttering amongst themselves and pointing at the tavern slum. One of them notices you and pats another on the chest with the back of his hand. It's the man who's been guarding the vault city entrance since you arrived in Hawaii. He acknowledges you, a look of doomed determination on his face. Miss Chan sends her regards. She told us to keep an eye out for you. What for? Miss Chan wants to know what the hell is going on inside the Vault City. She sent us to find out and report back to her. The Triad soldier's hands shake. He sees you notice them and pulls them back behind his back. She said to us if we saw you heading in there, we should go with you. We'd have a better chance of staying alive. Good. She's right. The soldier's mouth freezes in a thin line. We can take care of ourselves, Westerner. He looked sideline and his friends. But Miss Chan said to follow your orders, so that's what we're doing. We need to provide for our families. The group of tried nod to each other in forlorn unity as they take in the panic around them, the storm, the flood of people, the towering tenement, and something else, a wave of something emanating from within. Did you feel that? Robert holds her stomach. Madness and folly squeak their disapproval. It's like the Vault City's bad breakfast. It's disgusting. Feel, I don't know, unclean? Just look at the place. Like the life has no value, son. There's just no point to anything. That's that. Gee. And exactly the point when you get rid of it. Fix it at the source if I can. Raymond stares at the walled city, taking it in for one last time. For the first time, the breath hitches in his chest, but the old man grits his teeth in grim determination. The fortune engine is located at the heart of the walled city. That's where I need to go. Out of March and center of walled city on everyone's PDA, JermaSUS, we should be able to weave our way through to the machine. Raymond, what's the best route to take? The old man shakes it painfully. The jack has bandages covering his new danger catches the flash of lightning. 20 years since I stepped foot inside. Wasn't nearly the size then. No idea I'd get there now. Only where we need to go. When we take advantage of the chaos, we cover our approach in case somebody's trying to stop us. We're split up, keep running back in our harm's way. But Round John showed his whole place in something is in harm's way. It was safe for split up. JermaSUS leads someone with the machine and his men can follow with the rest of us. It's shortened. Raymond wants the way secure. It's thin, but it's a plan. We improvise from there. Both teams use a calm, stay in touch. We have no idea what's going on. We're not facing there. I'll be right behind you, Jeremy. Take care of yourself. It's not about me, Raymond. It's about all these people. If you want to help these people, then stay alive. I need you to clean my path to the machine. Make your way to the heart of the vault city. Alright, who's going to be part of our crew, gents? We can't hire anyone. This is our crew. Here from beginning to end. We're bringing Jobbit. We need that utility. We need the magic marble. It may help us. It may save us. We're bringing in dungeon. She's only useful for a grenade launcher. Otherwise, she's useless. I mean, she does have smart proximity mines. But when did we ever use proximity mines? Never. Shit. Do I go with what I'm comfortable with? Do I bring in Reactor for his Cavalier Deputy and drone stuff? Crochet is amazing. I don't think we're gonna need a lot of decking inside a bloody city that's on fire. But you never know. We started this, we end it together. Man, this is City of Death. A typhoon pours down and the as the triad soldiers fan out in front of you, leading the way into Kowloon Vault City. Raymond shuffles along, alert and intent. Utterly exhausted by all that has gone on, he drives himself forward and will not accept help from anyone. Uchi watches the windows and rooftops, his rifle never leaving his shoulder. He occasionally risks a glance at his foster father, concern, frustration, and anger playing over his face like a slideshow. The Vault City is worse than in your first visit. Even with the rain, you can feel something in the air. It's thicker now, and it clings to your skin like invisible filth. The miserable noises of slum life are gone, replaced with something worse. The sounds of death. The sounds of fear. As you're on a corner, the group stops before heading in deeper. Look at this shit, boys. Now, we preparing now. 25% HP? Nah, 50%. 25? Nah, 100%. There is Alpha, Valder 8. Hand him the AOG. Look at him. Almost no items on half of them. Don't you just have chucking grenades in there? Natural throwback one. I need you guys alive. I don't want anyone dying. Spells. She doesn't have enough for any of the cantrip part. 107. Yeah, lifesteal. I don't know if smart click only helps, or can we use it? Yeah, towards the data check. Man, she's already locked in. Let's do this. No stopping now. We're in the inner Vault City, which you've seen. The inner Vault City, which you've seen in your dreams, feels stained by comparison. The atmosphere is assumed with the oppressive weight of despair. You can feel it bearing down on your shoulders, whispering for you to give up, lie down, and await your miserable fate. Your skin feels oily and unclean. Look at us, ready to beat the shit out of her. We're finally here, finally past the trash ship that encrusts this place. She reaches out and touches the duroplast wall. The paint has long since chipped away, but what remains is enough to tell you that you're looking for the original exterior of Kowloon Vault City. It looks much sturdier than the ramshackle construction that has grown up around it. This is what Mother and I built. What we're supposed to help people. All that we needed, wanted, was to help. Alright, pledge. Now let's move on. I'm done with the talking. I don't want to spend on the second line of this, but then I have to. The Lotus 49er scans the horizon, his head on a swivel, his full of frantic energy that can only come from pure terror and combat stims. Human doesn't move. He stands there, staring at the painted section of the wall to his left. Tracing his gaze, you can see what he's looking at. It's faint, but it's there. A faded stamp of the Sand Mechanical Services logo. Even this is a nightmare now. Decrepit and rotten and falling apart. He squeezes his eyes shut. It was supposed to be a good place. Safe place. Yeah, well, it isn't. And now, we all know whose fault that is, don't we? Her eyes flash daggers at your adopted father. She wears her hate like a mask. He looks down on her, expressionless. Yes, that's why I have to fix it. Jeremy, clear me up. path to the sarcophagus that surrounds the fortune engine. You'll be the center of all this, please. Please help me fetch this. I can't do it myself. There's a plan. He raises his hand towards you, pulls it back, being the expression. Thank you. Clear path, my friend. Have a clever with chance, people, and keep me all up father safe. The world's not in a side street until it's safe for you still a loop. Good luck, Rector. To you as well. He smiles at Raymond, enthusiasm burning in his eyes. Tell me, Mr. Sank, let us see this machine that you have built. And it's safe. We need him. You want JermaSUS? Let's go. That's why I love Rector. He's just always enthusiastic. Yellow Lotus soldier. Stop right there. Who the fuck are you? I don't be a lot of fun nice holding this entrance. They're a leader of dumpy female alpha chip thief in a buffalo hair that stumbles towards you. You drop your guns down the floor. She shakes her head from side to side as if trying to clear it. A pair of bloodshot eyes. And starts without reason or purpose. Drop everything and we'll get you like bits. You're from the Lotus then, aren't you, Sir Mazamasa? Bow. Stems down, our new queen is showing us the shit. She gestures wildly with her rifle. A thin stream of blood traces its way from her left nostril down her mouth. Ah, shit. Streaming down, she launches herself at you. Her troopers follows behind, swinging their weapons wildly and howling for blood. Shit. Sounds of combat. Flush him out. Flush him out. How are the ley lines looking? Jet shit in this place full of God knows what. Close combat defense bonus. Damn it, then. You and some Trevor. Alright then. Two armor piercing, eh? Can get around there. Misses a fucking 90. How about chap says a bitch? Fuck. Fireball. There we go. I have the highest dodge out of all of us. I'm the safest. Give me some aim shots. Alright, is down to you. Don't you know I need a full auto? Yeah, that's what I like to see. Out of cover and into the open. There we go. Nice and simple. I won't be surprised if we get jumped by Chunchies here. Seems like the place that would do it. Yeah, shit. No way, is that her? You push your way forward for the piles of filth and through the narrow jams between buildings that can underexposed sewage pipes, battered ductwork. Sign of your fruit. You went down and it says, Slender stands a few meters in front of you. And a shaman turned her hands over delicate frame. The hood pulled low over her face. She's facing you, but you can't make out her features. Behind her, another woman approaches at a trot. She's wearing ballistic armor, and she has her weapon drawn. This thing has been emblazoned on her shoulder pad is familiar to you. Sand. Hey, you there! She shouts at the hooded figure, her voice full of self-important pomp. Here, just clear the area and do it now. The inhabitants are off limits to non-sand personnel. The hooded figure turns to face the approaching Darn. My apologies. I've been lost. I'm not really familiar with this area. Her tone is silky smooth and perfectly even, almost hypnotic. Is that you? But she blinks, shakes her head to clear it. Her jaw clenches, and you watch her eyes refocus. She shoulders the weapon. Don't you try it on me. Make me one more sound than with motion to twitch the fall, the hooded figure lashes out, grabbing Sand's jar around the waist. She bands the starting threw the woman's weapon away with her hand, runs forward and sinks her teeth into her neck. A spray of arterial blood fills the air and the jar's body goes limp. The hooded figure lets the sand steer the officer's body crumple to the floor. She sweeps at her hood and dabs at her lips with the hurt handkerchief. You again, the Shadowrun from the Bay. Her expression is eye strong as she turns the squares of balls of fabric and things the blood away from her lips. But we must stop right into one another. Too far, it's a pleasure to see you again. She rubs her eyes. Let's be spaced with pleasantries, shall we? We're both far aware we don't like one another, so why waste our time? We're here to stop the machine that's causing all this. We hope. No. Her voice frosty. I don't think that I will. Fucking $1,000. Was it Sans the trans that's enough bounty to bring down a vampire now? You would ask someone to keep each other safe. Wait a minute, I'm done up against the Yamaki and I need all the help I can get. She paused and said, I'm glad that you're showing me courtesy. That's good. It shows a level of humility that I've hadn't thought possible from you. Oh shit, Jerma being human? Even a vampire is surprised. I would like to see the being and how the city destroyed. Didn't the acre of such a being touch since shivers down my spine. After we take you down, you're dead at first dips. She claps her hands together, smiling. Very good, this is gonna be fun. That there's the... we didn't get the best interaction with her last time. Turret's just... Isabel, you got this? I might have a crash sense description. It's basically as easy flip a switch. This one. So, flip a switch, turrets go down. And that right there is how we just disable these turrets without fucking dying. I think. You're calling Buzz, it's Raymond. Still alive. Jeremy, what is your status? You might have set up a cordon around the Wallet City. We just got through. Cordon? Oh my, how did that go? The opposition stood down and let us through. No, too much bloodshed already. We must prevent as much as we can. I'd read. You need to be careful. The nearer you draw to the fortune, the more disastrous disruptions will become. Make sure that when you reach, the call gets out. No. Does that important to you? Because that sound absolutely fucking important to me. You want to establish around that? Nathan runs a hand through his hair. This point is the only thing we can do is move forward. Let's try to get to a dream. The Wild City's mid-range stands tall before you. It looks even worse than what you just trekked through. A jumble of nightmares, crumbling buildings, and exposed wires. A terrible sense of deja vu washes over you. You put on one foot in front of the other and press further inside. I don't like how that guy looks. Fuck. Make your move, you're dead. Ravage servitor, eh? Look at it. Oh, we have a fucking vampire, boys. Disarm roundhouse kick, rip armor. Oh, you can't get better than this. What do you mean, line of sight blocked? $16 damage coming in. 82, miss. 92, almost a chill. With you, whatever the fuck that was. You need a karma point out of it. Spend karma. My dodge be like non-existent. Alright, if we kill another one, that should give us shit. I don't like the look of this. The crowd is in front of their shouting, screaming at the sand security officers who block their progress. Dead body lies in a rapid birdsman pull blood at their feet. The gloves are off. They already killed the man. They don't get out late in a second. Too faint to back for a second. Sand security have been enforced about an hour ago. They've been turning off streets and pushing people out ever since. They've been trying to take control of the inner walled city, but the desperate poor have been numbered 1,000 to 1. The master should begin any second now. The crowd surges forward and a burst of gunfire pushes them back. Back the fuck away! Amazon's weapon dips and weaves as he barks out orders those in front of him. The crowd try to back, but on trying against those surging forward and back. I warn you, clear the area now! Please, this all my family is still inside. Oh. It's for your own over to protect you. You can't be here. Back away. This is your last warning. You guys remember, see them ready for their own. Heavy soldier. So, ooh. You see this heavy? Soon to no longer be visible. 35. 25. Dead. Stay here. Pretty solid cover. Send in crew fan. Dungeon. Make use of this stopper. Start firing tracers at him. Oh, nice 30. Get a grenade launcher in there. Nice. Show us what a vampire can do. Another song around us, jerk. Get. Oh, we're so fast we gotta turn off before they can even react. Get him. Detonator. Sorry? Sorry. What? Explosive detonator. I am very sorry. For the assist, we can't achieve with company detonator stand with their explosive charges. Oh, come on, I have the bloody thing in sight. It's probably a cutscene. Yep, definitely a cutscene enemy. You hear the muffled sounds of shouting coming from the west, multiple voices all calling out for some. You can't make out what they're saying, but they sound like they're in panic. Right on one of those things they seem thrown with the prospect of wading deeper into their territory of concerns, is what I'm saying. We gotta push forward here like we have a choice. Let's see what's to the left. Watch us now. Enter the vaults. Oh shit. A pack of wild-eyed civilians were trapped behind the makeshift barricade. You hear them speaking of madness too, of slurred words, a strange noises all mixed together into an unintelligible stew. Some people were trying as a truly wounded. The group of stand officers surrounded the so they're clearly agitated. Some was wild eyes of the people they are accosting. In one land was staged to back to this corporate prison. And the years you spent incarcerated there. Does that look like when you were about to remove an inmate from the gene pool? Went up as they are, the civilians will be helpless to fight back unless someone lets them out. Their cage, they're just dead. We can't go in JermaSUS unless you've actively can get hurt. She was in the end direction of the corral civilians. I've dealt with these people. They're right around the head. What do you mean by not right? Their feeble minds have succumbed to the forces at play in the city. We're trying to use the government. Their thoughts of this dreaded old or gone, maybe even for good. They're under control of their actions. They're dangerous. And what do you suggest? Leave him. We leave him. Those people were taught to us, as much as those officers are to them. But if you're set on helping them, I suppose they could use that fuse box over there to blow the barricade. Who knows, maybe we'll distract the officers or something. Leave the civilians to their fate. We could blow this up, but no. We have a job to do. You've been watching for what felt like I was pitching your way through the claustrophobic alleys of the inner walled city. It feels like you're traversing a war zone. Dead bodies litter the gutters. Some have been gutted by gunfire, suffer strange remote terrific wounds. Rather than automatic weapons, fire rings in your ears, intermittently with the faint screams of agony and terror. Gets better and better, don't it? No chance to fix this. Or look at the bright side. After we get through all this, we get to fight a Yama-King. Right? We have to keep him. After all, we can't keep the malevolent demon god waiting. Now you see a cluster of science-theory personnel that ought to be involved in some sort of argument. If they notice you at all, they don't show it. Watch and wait. As you watch one of the officers was cool, start shouting, "She's here for us. I've seen her in my dreams." What is here? I know what the fuck you're talking about, damn it. The officers lurches towards his partner, his eyes bulge, and his body language makes you think of a wounded animal, panic, terrified, ready to lash out at everything within reach. He shakes his head like a wet dart, forces the woman beside him. "I know how to keep us safe. I thought how to do it." He would say, for an object that slipped to his belt. "Open your—" "No, you're crazy, man. Keep that away from me." I mean, she backpedals, reaching for a weapon and shouts. "Get back up." He was trying to say. Without a word, the third set takes off run, as if one cue with the range short takes a step forward. "This for the vest, yeah? Trust me, I'll do you first, and I'll do me." Light shines on the black iron. He holds a multitude clenched in his hands. You can see these transfiguring the set of pliers. By the time I'm done, she won't be able to hurt us anymore. A flurry motion man with pliers lunges at his companion. She drops in the fine stance and meets his head on. That has to be pre-made cinematic. No, fuck you, man, that was legit. Alright, step 1, full cover. Step 2, booster stealth. Send soldier. Get that bitch. Nice and easy now, does it? They're hold up nice. Can you clean line of fire on them? What's up from here? What's your dungeon? Armor person of 6. I am very much sorry. Quote M23 looks like an M16. The Stain AUG has you beat by country mile. Who the fuck was that? Alright, damn clean house. Accuracy boost to 2 fair. Shit. There we go. What about you, attention? Need that eyes on him? Trace rounds. This should be easy. Alright, I'm getting some medium cover. Give us line of 7, whoever the fuck that is. I hope you're a good shot. I don't like the look of this. Shit. No sense shooting up hand, but these ones are different. They're outfitted in heavy armor carrying heavier artillery. They'll try just about, just as as everyone else you've seen. They sleep in the sun though. The weapons leveled. They were laying today in Vault City. Right, more heavily armored nutshells. Where are they? Deafening crush from the direction of the Vault City. The noise is followed by an alien piping sound, unlike anything you ever heard. The sound of it. The sand troops start screaming, their faces have gone grey as ash. You catch the limbs of something moving towards you, something fast that seems to defy gravity as it runs. You have a split-second process that this new movement before the jet fire starts. Oh shit. Melee servitor, Yamachin servitor. I'm gonna assume my shit. Does everything else be a fucking travesty? Get into that full cover. Imagine watching you, though. Oh man, looks like you're stuck here with me. What about you? You got eyes on them? They're within your weapons range? Can you shoot from there? We enter. Don't shoot at me, shoot at them. Yes. 3 of them dead, the right idea. Most of them are gonna die. That bitch is flying. What do you mean line of sight? I had eyes on him 2 seconds ago. I'm moving and getting in that trap, but fuck this shit. Summon a spirit of death. Of course, what a reasonable move. You got eyes on him? Yes. Finally. Better than nothing. Yes. Let's do this. Perfect. They have a grenadier with them. Now we just wait for them to do their thing. Nah, you missed with a fucking flashbang. Still got the stun off. Why is the Ritter moving in? Why didn't they activate their drone? Dude's dead. Dude may as well have showed himself right then and there. We help out people that kill monsters. Doesn't really matter if they're saying right now. Now it does it. Without one down. I'm not really keen on throwing a vampire to the mix, but hey. You do what you gotta. Fuck you. Alright, everyone here is our foe. What are you doing? What are you doing? Fuck you boys, kill them all. Driver, get us the fucking spirit of death. Commando. Oh. Did I just set my own unit on fire? Nope. I would have gotten up the notification if I did. Alright, let's get rid of that guy. I don't particularly love him. Why is he getting so lucky with these saves? Get behind that trash can or whatever it is. What are your chances? Excellent. Perfect. Now you just can't do mercy shot, and that's the only bad thing. He can't do mercy shot. Alright, get him. Alright, don't beat the shit out of him in melee. Let's see what they do. The fuck are you doing? Alright, that's that. You're also dead. Look at it, he has 5 armor. And now that's also dead. Thank God. Alright, we did like 6 damage. We're dead. Oh, shoot that this time. What that this time? I don't like the sound of this. The fuck? Alt? Alt doesn't help me anything here. As you pass the vote, you can brush the alongside you. And we're gonna have to part ways here, JermaSUS. The energies of this place are drawn a little too strong for my liking. Alright then, I really don't tend to share a problem with a Yama-king. I thought you wanted to be a queen. I did, and I am of Repose Bay. In case you hadn't noticed, this place isn't Repose Bay. It's a fetid hellhole of all the charm of a garbage dump. And I chance it's been the most educational experience. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Goodbye, Shadowrun, and good luck. Thank you, Two-Finger. Fuck are you two doing? Traveling local. In the middle way, in the clearing had found some middle-aged man amidst a pile of bodies. His trusting sheep suit would break the old time, but the fabric has been smeared with blood. He takes notice of you and recoils. Leave me alone! Go away! As he tries to pull away, his mouth drops open. You can see that he's missing at least half of his teeth. I'm had from the her. So he begins to cloud his own eyes. Can you get free? Can you clean my eyes? Suppose I see them there, twitching. Striking like broken things. Please help me. Some scrambled his brains. Maybe it's been Kenya or her servants, or maybe just distress. Either way, there ain't much we can do. Who are you? Zosi. My name is Zosi. Is what jobs you wouldn't know. I've heard of this guy. Zosi is a human trafficker who sell themselves to help their families. He's basically a glorified slave trader. That was always open himself. What happened to him now? We all did it. We tried to keep them just like in stories. Didn't work. I had the church to tie on my tongue. That's what all about is. The chains first. The trembling things, I had to do it. I'm making too much noise. I didn't have a choice. Holy shit. The best way we can help you is to stop all of this. He sobs out comprehensively. Drilling fire and pissing blood bodies like the drums of some huge animal. Teeth thrusting out of pink flesh, thorns in a rose, shaking, trembling with small smiles. If their body begins to tremble, he doubles over, dropping his head and sobbing, tears splat out. Down in the man corpse at his feet. Went back in moving. They're around. Won't stop us though. Won't ever stop us. The sound of typhoon hammering down outside is nearly drowned out by the noise of vacuum ease flaming their ordeal. Your smells of fear and bodily fluids thrums with a bass note of expectation and doom. You pass for a moment in the eye of the hurricane. Ahead, the cancerous crowd vault sitting the drawn train chased fortune engine away. No more yet from saying, then you ran out. I think so. Dude, I'm gonna have a showdown with a demon goddess. Shutting down the machine sounds much easier. Let's continue clearing our path, make it easy for him to follow. Let's do this. I'm sure you want to leave this location and go into the heart of the walled city. A fortune engine. The deafening rattle of a machine gun fire fills the air behind you, and the metallic tan of blood cuts through the stench of garbage. You press forward, waiting for the blot after blot of insanity, chaos, and death all around you. The vault city is descending into a churching cauldron of depravity and violence. The comms are no use. You tried several times, but there's still no word from BT, and the sign of Raymond or Chandler Chen tried soldiers finally reached the center of this hellhole. An industrial hatch with its storage jar. This is the place where Raymond Black built his infernal machine. The threshold across which Chianya, the queen with 1,000 teeth, clawed her way into this world. Let's do this, gentlemen. H-term! The walls here are thick, steel reinforced braids of thick cable run across the floor, computer equipment, now helplessly out of date, adorns every elevated surface. Something in the distance is calling to you. It's faint, but you can feel it. The bone-shaking tom of an enormous machine. This is it. Prosperity, just like in our dreams. He scans the room stolidly. The fortune engine has to be somewhere in this complex. Keep moving as soon as we find this thing to suit, and we can get the fuck out of here and home. As you move in then, just down by the present, she said, that's the rats in their hip pockets for safekeeping. Oh, if your foster father doesn't get here soon, I'm gonna poison him. No joke. There is 3 of us. Nope, there is 4 of us. Can you get through there? That'll go around. Careful not to fall off, people. Better spend these. 1 in body, 1 in quickness. We need the HP. Shit, look at this place. Looks like a fucking boss room, don't it? Prosperity. Now it's been sealed, looks like it's been sealed for quite a while. There'll be a way to get this thing open. That's some goddamn medical shit. Who of us has it now? I do. Why? How? Oh, that there's a summon spot. Terminal, of course. Good thing we brought Jabba along, eh? As everyone wants to the left at your approach. Mr. John Power is promising. Your J's are traced down across. The thing isn't even password locked. It's probably what's disrupted though. As a driver detects some gibberish on the stream. As long as we can open the door with it, we're ready to go. Let's find out. The mechanical services, special project division, prosperity admin system. Open tester door. Testbed door. Something. Attempt to hear those nothing. You start the door control from the computer's menu and command them to open. The screen flickers, then goes dark. Damn man, let me never. So I don't know where you have a nausea grabs you, but it gets and twists. It doubles you over, then fades. What was As you straighten, you can feel the hairs in the back of your neck stand up straight. A buzzing sensation washes over you, drying out your companion's words and filling your head with white static. In the center of the room, something blossoms into the world. The figure from your dreams looms over you, enormous and alien. The creature is beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. A thing of below when silk and carved ivory. Tianya stands still as a statue, peering down at you from behind a mask of sculpted gold. Smaller spirits take their positions around her, bowing their heads in deference. Well, her hands tighten on her weapon as the color drains from her sheets. Shit. That's a lot better than I expected. Slowly, with a broad, languid motion, Twanya's body begins to shift. The crescent-shaped ivory horns that crown her head cut through the light as she moves, casting strange shadows in the wall behind her. You are here. The voice that pours from behind the thing's mask is indescribably beautiful. The tones are high and musical, and seem to hang in the air long after she finishes speaking. You have come to us. The throne of the room, the creature echoed the queen's words in garbage sounds, piping through jabs in an armored line carapaces. Come to us. We called to you across the breadth of space and time, and now you are here, standing before us, just as you were meant to be. You don't yet dictate what the fuck I'm meant to do. Watches of my own. Then it begins to cackle. Its body shudders as the laugh that peels out of it. The meat presumes to lecture us, spew its ignorance like bile. Watch your tongue, slave thing. Is this a scaven? Or we will twist it around her finger. Slave thing. Yes. Just like. The Yamachune spreads its arms with its movements full of malevolent grace. You belong here with us, little puppet, in our court and in our larder, now and for all time. You're a queen, I don't even know what you are. The thing cackles its throat pulsating rhythmically. The sound catches in your spine like a razor blade. This life thing presumes to speak to us as though we twilal weakly. When you're in the iridescent ground parts as she raises a forearm, your mind rebels against the alien biology that you see beneath the wet, glistening crenellations of flesh, enamel, and keratin that make up Yamachune's body. It is mistaken. It is chattel. Meat, and we have been starving for 1,000 years. The musical tones of Tim's voice are high-pitched and jiggly. It opens its arms to you, offering a view of the chisel-like teeth that droop from its flesh. Gab stares up at the creature, her eyes darting across the shimmering expanse of its body. Well, it's official. I'm terrified. The queen with 1,000 teeth lowers her head, and the unnatural thick of air turns rank and cold. There's a nausea right your stomach as loud wind slices over you like mud. We'll whip out your nerves at the root, milk the misery out of your protesting body. Your listening claws weave strange patterns in the air. We'll feast on your sorrow, and now and forever. Defeat a god. Sure thing, game. Allow me to just defeat a god. This is a bad idea. This is a bad spot. I am totally fucked if I don't do something smart. Remember, gents, if we drop up on dungeon, it's all good. Oh shit, they don't have grenades. Christ. Where's the melee people when I need them? Aim shot. Yes. Full cover. Shoot. Never know. Alright, cast spell. Drains 4 HP. Doesn't matter. Mystic armor. Gibbering nightmare. That's 3 turns. Can I do it? You about to find out where to come with the chin, baby. I'll find out where to come with the chin. Then show I'm gonna need you to be better. I'm gonna need you to aim straight and shoot him dead. Yes. Get ahead. Perfect. That was show. Ja, jag kan styra också. Anyways, ignoring that. Come on, be match. Yes! Perfect. Finally it hits. It took 7 years for it to do something, and finally it does. It's all those traces. All those traces. Make it disappear. Alright, it's immune to damage. Get that bitch angry. Get the bitch angry. We got this. Alright, that's a miss. Miss. Blocked. Full. Think I'm prepared to lay down my life for what shit I believe in? Too early. What's your HP? Why can't you? Stupid fucking biology bullshit. We're making a retreat for point B. There's a medium ley line here. RP, we're making a retreat for ley line B. Keep your head straight, and we'll get through this. Miss. Not even a dodge, you hit me. Miss. Armor increase, eh? You think some cover helps you survive me? An unspeakable horror I'm about to bring upon you. You know who you're messing with. Blood shatter cover. Perfect. Spray and pray, boys. Spray and pray. Alright, engine. Aim shot. And get that motherfucker. Reload, get back into the rhythm. Alright, we got him. We got him. That's what we're bringing us about, boys. To deal with this shit so we don't have to. Hey. Out of ammo? Don't matter. And that you're shooting a lot. Now then, gun show, Isabel. Please. Show our unwelcome guests the door. What's she gonna do? Move? Ha! Some fucking god that is. 120 HP. Got line of sight. Oh, you done show. 14 damage flanked. Reload this. Single shot. Drop the base. A lot of these guys are doing nothing. One remaining. Dude doesn't even know what to do. He's in a medium lane line. What a son of a bitch. I needed that. Show up now. I'm not taking chances. And mercy chill. Reload. Yeah, with the rest of us. Reload. Oh, it's this guy. Such a non-factor, I forgot he existed. A line? Yeah, we got line of sight. As you watch, your blasted marks and broken body begins to reform. Her gown knits itself back to get a black blood witching onto the floor. Slowly, terrible, she begins to laugh. You cannot kill us, meat. You haven't even seen us. Her voice fills with mockery. As far as but a shadow, a droplet of divine essence, filtered through a keyhole. Yep, stands room, her eyes glinting. I think that it's telling the truth. That thing over there isn't canny. It's just a fragment of her enormous astral entity. And then the ones to serve us, all part of her too. The glow in her eyes fades. She bites her lip. We are so fucked. Kenya begins to cackle. The rat servant sees the truth of it, glimpses us as we truly are. Were you to behold or for magnificence, your mind would bring itself into a pulp. The crumpled form of Kenlet writes itself, begins to rise. You will see, slave thing. It will show you a world not meant for mortal eyes. You will see. I'm sorry. What? There's the prosperity engine. Ley lines? Nope. Get into cover, boys. No need to tell me twice. Oh, I can't believe it just dropped it on us. Fucking useless. Let's see about how much it gets healed every turn. Is all eyes on you. $45 HP. Almost a full heal. Alright, that one's bolstering. All of them are bolstering, right? Well. Do your best, man. Do your best. Now we can either kill... we can kill these people easy, boys. Easy. I was gonna aim a little bit further away. Reload. One down. Two down. Come on, make my day. 15 HP. Oh shit, there goes Mr. Gun Show. Phew, he missed. Wanna know what that means? That means we can just heal that crit. As easy as that. $14 damage, or $14 damage plus bleed. And that's it, boys. As the amateur body crumbles, a crackling fills the air. Once again, her body begins to knit itself back together. The flow of black ether from her many wounds slows to a stop and reverses. The vicious fluid snarling its way back up to the holes of ruptures it poured from. Damn. It's ugly. Projections on top of projections, all aspects of her divine being. Just easily as a lizard sheds its tail. Her voice is ripe with mockery. You cannot harm us, meat, but you have amused us. Kianya halts, her crowned head cocked into one side. Perhaps you are worthy of an audience after all. Perhaps. Her voice trails off, and her head tilts upwards. From behind you can hear pounding sounds of approaching footsteps. It's our boys. Hell yeah, it's our boys. As he falls in position behind you, Gaich rears his blade high. His mochi eyes locked on Chanya. There's a look of grim satisfaction in his face. And Lad steps forward, an expression of grim determination on his face. The Yamachin still lives? Good. I will join God. I did this. I brought the stranger here. My fault. My responsibility. The queen with 1,000 teeth jackals with glee. He has returned to us, the Thunderbuilder, the architect of my ascendancy. The tree leans towards Raymond, its spidery fingers weaving hypnotically. The thin robes billow like the bell of a jellyfish, pulsing organically with the rhythm of a heartbeat. And we have a special place in our court to build it. You will stand by my side, exalted for all time, a living token of an unending rule, an undying symbol of the folly of man. I've been a fool, yes. His hands clenched, the fist so tight that his knuckles go white. The skin on his face is flustered with the effort of fighting the stammer jumble in his words. Great fool, but I will not be your slave. I will stop you. The queen with 1,000 teeth leans forward. The gaping crescent of her mouth parts into a gas smile, and you can see her row upon row of fangs. They run down her throat in overlapping layers, a pristine forest of glistening, sharpened enamel. Third time the charm, try to stay dead this time. Look at us. Everybody's here. Jaichu. Heaven stats. Active defense. Killer God. Rocked it. Control mode activated. Overclock. Just shame. Do your thing, my friends. Do your thing. Well, gentlemen, let me say it's been a pleasure to slay a god with you. Dungeon, if you would please. As you watch, the Yamachin's broken carcass withers and dissipates. Seconds later, all that's left of her is a cloud of rancid mist. Huh. That was it in a tub. I mean, have you seen who we brought? We have Ractor, the mad fucking Russian. We have Gaichu, the samurai who has now which now claim he has killed a god. A rat shaman, Tom, boy waifu, best in the game. Isabel, the nerdy decker. Jerma. And of course, Mr. Dunshow. She was hurt. Wasn't she let on? They're just thinking a bad deal. What deal? I didn't even think that she gave us something. Is that right, Emma? You right there on the machine use? Doesn't mean she won't come back. Always done his by herself some time. I believe that you are correct. He points at the terminals in front of the dumber machine. They didn't show our guns, they're just over there. You must move quickly. Watch him move quickly. Do it yourself. You're already here. Ain't like I'm touching the thing. You built it. The fortune engine itself stands before you. An enormous, malevolent presence that fills the rest. The test chamber ahead. Raymond rushes forward, leaning in to study the control console with a little determination in his face. I will close the rift. I just need... He bends over the terminal flower, his eyes start from read about. As you watch, the blood drains from his cheeks. What's wrong? Destroy the thing before she comes back. I can't. He gestures at the technical readouts of the fortune engine monitors. There's one-way flow of astral energy moving from the inner vault city through the tunnel. I know what that is. Now wrinkles her nose and gets far away look. He sways for a moment, speech as if in a dream. And you feel it too. The energy is coming from the people that she's feeding on, their essence, their spirits, for lack of a better word. He sways a while longer, a puzzled expression on her face. If I destroy the machine now, it will collapse the tunnel. All those people have to burn of their essence. When I reach them, what they are trapped inside with her. There are 1,000 people to them, turn into the best of the thing. Son of a bitch. The needs of the money they do with a few thousand people that compared to the entire Vault City. Son of a bitch. And through his eyes, doesn't matter why someone could enter the tunnel. Close the rift safely. The people could be safe. Restart the life in real. And that happens to the person in the tunnel. He stays there forever with her. There's no way out once the tunnel was closed. There's a long pause. The Sambo droop digests Raymond's words. Duncan nods to himself, his jaw clenched. He pushes forward. I'll do it. Just tell me what buttons to press. The young man stares at the controls. Cold fear washes over his face. Now, if anyone has to do this, it must be me. His voice strengthens, and you can see the old fierceness rising from within, the iron will of your childhood. It will be me. And now I'm in Raymond. No, not Raymond. My name is Edward San, and I built this machine. I set this avalanche in motion. Whether I meant it or not, it's my responsibility to stop it. He turns to you, a look of resignation on his face. That is what this is all about. What it's been about since the very beginning. Let me know that your way to do is just tell me what to do. No, the amateur to return at any moment. There's no time to teach you what to do in there. I must set things in motion. It must be me. He turns to you. Goodbye, Jeremy. He smiles sadly. Thank you for coming to Hong Kong. Thank you for coming when I called. For what it's worth, I'm glad that I did. The young man flips the lever and steps into the machine. There is a flash of light, and Raymond Black is drawn.
Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story. That if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. My past is a terrible story. I didn't expect it to end with redemption. debts of the past can't be repaid. But we do what we can. I have done what I can to right my wrongs. And I accept the consequences.
Well, in the aftermath. You depart from the prosperity chamber and are instantly caught up in a wave of refugees fleeing for their lives. Struggling through the panicked wave of humanity, you are able to retrace your steps and eventually reach Shioi. Although the typhoon has passed, the scene is wet and chaotic. The no homeless crowd the streets, they are wandering, searching for missing loved ones and nursing injuries. Relief workers are already on scene, providing blankets and medical aid. Rescue personnel carry the stunned and wounded to safety. The entire area has been turned off by the HJPF, while the night errant officers and military keep enforcement to maintain order. Fuck. It hit me in the feels. Hit me in the feels. There's just something about self-sacrifice that really burns a tear to my eye. You emerge from Kowloon Vault City to bustling clusters of activity. Refugees huddling together, staring back to their lost homes. Government troops deployed from armored personal carriers and news vans snap remote camera feeds while reporters trying to find the right angle for their broadcasts. The air is electric with the threat of potential violence as panicked peacekeepers eyed the growing crowd of evacuating poor. Rabbit's eyes dart furtively as she turtles her head between her shoulders. This place is hot. The traps are swarming the place and the APB is still out on us. Take it easy. Just trying to blend in the crowd and let's have a look. The best time for sightseeing, JermaSUS. The best crown with badges is about also knows the ones the reporter interviewing someone from inside the wall city. Just so that we get. What's that? We get to see a show though. The reporter has hearts in someone, hoping for sounds for a soundbite. The reporter wears a look of earnest concern like a coat of cheap deodorant. And is that where you start? Is that where you start running? Yeah, it was bad in there. Shooting, screaming, have a start fight. And what caused this? Why are people flooding out of Walled City injured and disoriented? The man stares at the scene around him bewildered. Did anyone say some sort of chemical leak? Drug lab exploded some. Has mass hallucinations. The reporter turns to the chairman and pretends to check his notes. There you have it, sir. Our third report of mass hallucination, violence, transport, explosion of widow drug lab. Our reports from instruction, it appears that street crime is again on the rise. He half-turned sweeps his arm over the scene. As been seen, it's still term moment fusion police and executive council and peacekeepers respond to an emergency situation, attempt to maintain order. But in all the chaos and the maze of priority that is the Kowloon Vault City, we may never know what truly happened here. Back to you in the studio, Sonny. The news camera goes off and the reporter drops his head. He ignores the bed-ragged man beside him and begins patching his equipment. After a moment, is you looking at him and turns to you with a straw. What else you know? You know, the job is we're in the line of corporate bullshit, don't you? He laughs and down to the dispatching. Everyone's in the line of corporate crap, pal. They know that. They may not know it, but they are. Everything you see, everything you thought, everything, every official you elect, all bought and paid for by the people pulling the strings. Yeah, well, no one's telling me what to think. No, I can't touch you. No, of course not, pal. You're different. The reporter finishes patching and stands straight, brushing the wet drain of street off his hands. As he does so, his eyes down his jeans, moves over your crew, flicking from face to face. What's that jump from his side? Tell me, what you really seeing there? The machine that creates luck. The bad luck machine tries all this. Sure, it must be a hell of a bad luck, and I'm sure this machine has something to do with some corporate spraying on people in Wall City. It's in their little petri dish. They use them like grab lights in there. It tests foods, additives, body modifications, pharmaceuticals, whatever some junior executive can dream of. That doesn't surprise me anymore. Doesn't bother you? It works. Why would it? That's just the way it works. They don't give a shit about journalism. They think anyone gives a damn anymore. Anyone in the sound knows that my news service is just a mouthpiece for the Executive Council. Hell, if you look down close enough, you'll probably find that it's owned by a member of the Executive Council. People buy what we feed them because the world is changing. It's scary. They feel small. They need scapegoats to blame and authority figures to tell them what to think. My news network gives them that. He points at the stream mounted on the side of his newsman. It's a prime example of the authority figure. Joe Sand, rising star executive council, just looked at her spinning this to her own and talking about the humanitarian effort she's wanting. You know, your calm chirps, it's still in the chair. Go ahead and take your calm. I'm gonna go before the scene turns into some kind of riot. It usually does. Is JermaSUS? Last time that we soldiers sent into Vault City, with you and now the sand assholes and government troops are all over the place. Get over here and tell me what the hell happened. Right away, Auntie. Response. The lines are lit. Is it what touched your arm? Her head's at half-mast. I want to slave for about a year. I'm here to their tragedy drama. After you subsect. Do I see you in there? You better got that down to Seattle. Wow. What a team. Oh, and varieties used in impoverished areas. Watch Tridium. A Tridium entrance points a live feed from the network. News when we stand on a split screen, our heads back and forth between a virtual newscast and a stately woman in determination. The animated label and the old woman's reads. Executive Council member Josephine Sand. And if you're just joining us, we're talking live with Councilwoman Sand with her office in Prosperity Tower. Councilwoman, again, thank you for being here to help us make sense out of all the conflicting reports that we're getting out of Kowloon Vault City. The other woman nods with queenly composure. Thank you, Sonny. I only wish that we were speaking in happier times. Of course, madame, this is indeed a stressful day for the citizens of Vault City, but who knows? News getting brightness, fashion, the best smile man can buy. One of them, it might be the lucky day. Stay tuned because we're going to cut away shortly to this week's Jitterball drawing where some lucky winner could walk away with almost 1 trillion yen. News Jansen returns the voice to her guest, the older practice concerned back on her face. Now, madame, you were saying that this sort of situation is inevitable when masses of underprivileged children are raised in a world without hope. Exactly, son. Without hope, these children are left to create their own opportunities the only way they know how, by turning to crime. They often in parent households without strong guidance to put them on the right path. They're surrounded by thugs and criminals, eager to put them to work in all manner of unsavory activities. Incidents such as these one that call our attention to the plight of these poor children. It is vital that I call my Executive Council College to join me in supporting a new project, Operation Hope. Under the auspices of this program, we will pull these children out of poverty and place them into lovely, stable homes while their parents are rehabilitated, re-educated, and reinvigorated in a new sense of purpose. That sounds like a tremendous... It is, Sonny, and it will cost billions of yen to support such a mammoth effort. But Sam Mechanical Services is ready to lead the way through our new charitable foundation. Stand for hope. It's time for us to give back to the community and... No, the news has to put... Sir, Finatory, when I'm transferring, I'm afraid I need to touch you off there. As always, as you are doing amazing work for people around college, it's time for Jigga. Of course. And again, thank you so much for joining us and offering your perspective news shares the news in front. We have been speaking to Joseph Sand, interpreter, philanthropist, and frontrunner to the next chair of the Executive Council Committee. The fuck? That there, gents, is just how the world works. Yo, La, how you doing, man? You're still here? Last stands amidst the typhoon drenched him aftermath of the storm. He looks at he hasn't moved all night. This fight chases the pressure with full ragged holes gaping in the sharp drenched and crates and boxes beneath them. Aye, yo, JermaSUS. His voice sad, he sways on his feet. Sup? Your storage chair? Oh, well, that shit stuff is in bins or waterproof anyways. It's all full mess. A bunch of parts are probably wasted. But I'll bet you. What a bird shit. What happened? What thing happened? Haven't moved since you last saw me. You have to pee up this. Something to pee up this. This is my barge and that's my boat. Their names are Chill, Gore, and Monkey King. I'm leaving them for some storm, so a bunch of crazy people runs in when I can strip them clean. There's around half around shops and some bridges and the huge jitty grin. That shit was awesome. Wow, it was rain so thick I could see the dark, the door shut down the Wi-Fi. It was like the Stone Age. It just his clenched fist high in the air, traveling. Herrick, maximum law 1, California Sergeant 0. Boom. You want crazy? Yeah. No way, crazy means that you're doing it nuts. What I do is awesome. Well, just then put this thing. See you later, law. See you later, James. Watch your back. Shoot straight and all. His hands falling apart, he pulls it. Get in the throat of it. He's using that old piece of crap. Then uses scarab chips. The Ray Core Alphax 02 is a way much better. And that PMC waterboard, which is March wet noodles. Devil law. Yeah, you know I will. I'm just telling it how it is. You know how scarabs got designed? Those no damn hacks at the food she don't understand their own spectrum. So large shrill voice slowly blends to a spur of the darts, the pattern rain filling on the tarpaulin as though crunching the creak of old wood and the rapid music of meta-human voices. Beneath it all, the internal roar of mesmerizing art had come of Hong Kong. Thanks, law. What would I do without you? It's good old law. Can't fuck with him. Unstoppable. Determination from the strands. The motion from the streets of hell bleeds at the kind of chance make unparalleled. Tried soldiers busted keep up with their boss's orders. Couriers chiming in regularly, whispering to their lieutenant before listening, intently turning off again. Fuck! A boy looks hurt. Front guard. Oh, there she is. As you enter the chain is giving you instructions to strike about who knows and does it askly. She looks over at you and holds up her hand. Wait. And send warning how to snatch some of those medical supplies of the relief trucks when all the excitement I was watching them all. She nods through herself to the sensors. You'll be a bit black market for them over the next few weeks. Good thinking, Miss Chang. Mal lifts a finger to his ear and transmits his orders. When he sees you waiting, he inclines his head a quarter of an inch. I love that. That's his signature move. Inclines his head a quarter of an inch. JermaSUS, I figured you were dead. Last I heard, my soldiers had found anyone was heading into the Vault City. Then things are out of control. She did pull of a thin black cigar. Where are my people? What the hell happened? We got separated in the Vault City. Found later they were dead. Her eyes are hard, but like are hard little black buttons. Is that how you treat Maurice's? Please accept my apologies, Miss Chang. She takes another drag of a cigar and smoke. So you do have something to apologize for. I was trying to respect your losses. I didn't get your man chilled on it. She taps her ash on the floor. Well, they knew the risks. They shot moving up and they missed. Forget them. There are bigger problems. My customers then streaming out of Vault City, streaming up for the laws at the HG, PF, and those security shit heels forming the place. She drops a stub of her cigar in an ashtray. Now tell me what happened in Vault City, or do I have to get in there so to torch and ass nicely? Raymond Black's accidentally summoned the demon god. We had to put her down. Transition's eyes get big at that. A Yamachin Kaya, twin with 1,000 teeth. Never heard of her. She picks up a bottle of foul spirits and studies the label. Her rusty mean voice drops low. But I know the Yamachins. My grandmother used to try staring with stories about him. I guess that she thought she was teaching me something by staring the shit out of me. I am one Yama specific, full man, the serpent of the setting sun. Oh yes. Full Man promised wealth and influence for those willing to do what was necessary to take it. The story of Full Man spoke to me. All she asked for in return were 44 hearts pulled from the chest of those close to you, while they were still alive. That's what random victims wouldn't do, so those who took Full Man's banner would befriend others before taking their hearts. Turn their entire network into a list of victims. Yes, Full Man spoke to me, but I didn't listen. Sergeant Brown leans in, his finger to his ear. My apologies, Miss Chan, but one of the men you sent the runners in the vault is still alive. Someone involved in hauling their pulling the medical supplies off for Lori. Chen turns to the winning edge of her voice. At least one came back alive. Sergeant Brown lowers his head, listens to this. Unless the one full fat is dead. He tried to shut up, but yet chip himself Vault City. Well, lifts his hand and made side contact with the triad boss, his almost salivating with avarice. Our man saw it with his own eyes, Miss Chen. Is that important? Oh yes, fair point. It means verification from a trusted man. Von Lone Fat was my superior in the Yellow Lotus A438. Chen put what button? Sparkle with satisfaction born of mouse. He was also a pig. There, our friend JermaSUS, what that means, Mr. Bell. A wolf smile spreads across her face, and her eyes squeeze in crescent moons of pleasure. It says slow so I can savor it. The death of Von Love Fat has opened a spot for you to move up, madame. You could be the next 438. Bell smiles. The effect is chilling. The gods help those who seize opportunities. Mr. Bell, put every man we have on this. Spread the word. Chan says all adepts to the Yellow Lotus are suspended for citizens of the Vault City until order is restored, and no interest will be compounded either. Then I have medical supplies too, and there will be no charge for them until the crisis is over. You are a pillar of the community. Don't be snide. So you don't want to blow my good mood. She raises her voice. The trads in the room can hear her. The citizens of the Vault City need clarity and reassurance. The Yellow Lotus will provide that for them. I may not have brought Josephine's hand down, but I got my career going again. She grabs the bottle and unscrews the chaff for her. Your career too, Mr. Bell. You're my new straw sandal. Good partners support one another. Well over said in respect. You have proven that, Miss Chan. This calls for a drink. The soon-to-be 438 pours 2 shots, and the stink of cherry-stone stabs you at nose like a switchblade. She's hand. Last about just with her own and holds it there. Your oath and clear-headedness have proven immense value, Mr. Bell. You're an effective ally and wish you great wealth and good fortune. What's that you do, moving up in the world? Yes, and it appears your fortune is changing that too, JermaSUS. She pours herself another drink and leaves it sitting on the table. Remember, you have a mysterious benefactor, one who lifted up the APB on you. Unlike my mysterious benefactors, I'm sure you do, especially when they prevent police snipers from inserting the tunnel in your stall. You must be someone powerful. I can't imagine it was Josephine's son, after all. What would her motivation be? It's got to be someone else. One of Josephine's enemies in the Executive Council? I'll tap on that switch, find out if I can. Try posing in that tin box door. But that's for the later. I'm missing an entire piece of your story, madame. What happened? Sorry, Tower. You dressed her in black? Did his mother wipe his memory? It was hellfire, but we beat Saturn security. That ran before we could finish. Impressive, it would become quite a Shadowrunner, JermaSUS. She lights us around with wonder in her shiny black eyes. Where, Strada, did you find any incriminating data, just found dirt I can use? We found financial statements that would get her in deep trouble with the Executive Council and Joy. Johnny barks laughter and cigar dents in her mouth as she speaks. Now I can take that dried up old bitch to the mat. The trad boss pulls out a crest and tosses it to you. The number on the day that read out is big, more than twice the pay of a cinder Shadowrun. With this Josephine's sand days in the second dozen numbered. About appears that my fortunes have truly changed. She pours 2 more shots from a reeking bottle. Our partnerships has become quite enriching, JermaSUS. She raises her glass to my new #1 Shadowrunner. May our partnership continue to bear fruit. You're at the beginning of something big. Finally, Chan watches you drink, smiling a serpentine smile. Then she downs her glass in one swallow and licks the rim. Now, before I get back to business, I must know, how did you get from rescuing and back to the Vault City vomiting people? Ray built the machine in Vault City. That's some of the big bad thing. That's why everyone ran away. Ray made a magical fortune machine from a demon summoning glitch. I fostered a magical fortune machine. Jabba's charts her head. Please tell me you have control of this device. Please tell me you brought it to me. Nope, sorry. It's pity. I'm sure there was plenty of people who could benefit from it. Well, this business has certainly proven lucrative for me. The entrance that is the draw. Wind tip of her black cigar. I'm in a prime position to be the next Snow Lotus for free. I only lost 4 men, and I finally got something I can use against this fan. Say nothing. You made quite a splash since arriving in hardcore JermaSUS. Many Shadowruns complete in very short time. The poets from across are glowing, most of them. Could you not closing the door on a demon goddess to the list of list? Perhaps some, for a while. Jabba leans in, her voice transpiratory. Listen to me, my sweetie. When I was a girl, there had never been a pandemic like Vitas, but in the 2010s it happened. We'd never seen death like that. A quarter of the world's population disappeared. It was miserable. It pushed us to our limits. But survivors moved on. And then spike babies started appearing, and the dwarf babies, and then suddenly there was dragons, and globalization, and magic, and every time the world changed, we got used to it. So if Demon Dance decided the Vault City was her new living room, and you didn't, whatever you did, what would have happened? She shrugged, sniffs. Perhaps the news would cover it, though the next sensation pulled their attention away, but after a while we'd be drowned out by all the other crap competing for our attention. The new and the men in the Vault City would become the new normal. And the new normal isn't the under magical influence anymore. Congratulations, the Fortune returned to their misery with no interference from magical machines or big bad things because of you. Let me give you a piece of advice for the future, my sweet. Something Miss Chang used to tell me. Respect ghosts and gods, but keep away from them. It sounds like you almost lost your ass in the Vault City. I think you better listen to that. The more demons from now on, Auntie. So wise. She stubs out a cigar, strews the thought back on her bottle. Now go get some sleep. You look like shit. Tomorrow we'll talk about future. That sounds good. Well, let's test in those metro splits. Go to bed. Last time we woke up a Shadowrunner. This time... fuck, who knows? The scene of cracking squat, save for the sounds of eating, the crew is trout. The round job itself her top plate. Her cast iron shimmers on top, and they hold the bowls of soup in their hands. You recognize the smell of chicken style soya broth, elbow macaroni, tinned ham, and a heaping soup of veg flavored micro protein. The mood is somber. I thought you were all going to bed. I figured we'd hang in a while. Now I could remember the last time we ate. She looks over at Valediction. Besides, no one to sleep anyway. She means me. I'm too fucked up to sleep. Trying to not think about Raymond. With each new morning's drop of soup, wets his mouth with the back of his hand. Just keeping me company, feeding me, pretending not to be tired. Talking a bit. What are you talking about? He's no fit. She's a chunk of sun out of her soup with her fingers. Flicks to the floor, waving the briefing a bit. Yeah, thinking about all that's gone on, everything we've been through. She shuffles her feet a bit. Sorry about Raymond, Seattle. You too, Dungeon. He was trying to do good with that machine. You two need to remember that. Woodrop said his words come out slowly, as if they were being forcibly extracted. I can't believe he did that. He himself to that demon. I think he did what he came to do. And yes, we did too, Jeremy. We came to help Raymond. We came to help Raymond, and he got what he wanted. Isabel stares at her bowl with the vault Over above the wall of the trawler, her voice soft. Hard to believe we defeated a god. Jaichu, please say some shit. Demon god from another plane of existence. Hard to believe that Jinsan is going to remain untouched by this whole thing. 20 years of misery, 20 years of suffering. Tens of thousands, hundreds maybe. That's the way it is, the way the world works. The powerful play their games, the little people played in a place. She'll see justice someday. She has to, was stares into his soup, squinting in concentration. But one thing doesn't add up for me. Why was Josephine so intent on shutting us down? Why wouldn't she be? You saw what she was responsible for. Now think about it. The HGPF snipers, the plastic-faced man, all the resources that she poured into capturing Raymond and her and hunting us down. I mean, she's already covered her tracks with a Oedo lab explosion, right? So why not just watch Ray do his thing and try it up afterwards? Doesn't add up. It had to be the fortune engine itself. Yeah, I think you're right. From what Raymond said, the chi was supposed to be pooling, turning toxic. But I felt something in that room, a flow of positive chi that I didn't expect. Now with wrinkles her nose, she stares at the floor of the trowel for several seconds. Apparently lost in thought. I think that it was leaving the Vault City. I bet the machine did something else, something that Raymond didn't know. Though that steers a soup wondering, what if it was a siphon? What if Josephine San was stealing the cast of positive chi from Vault City, leeching it for her own benefit? Wu nods at Isabel, runs with her train of thought. She sealed up the fortune engines, which the chi for herself, and took sand mechanical services from the minor company raised his father built to the ball buster it is today. His jaw tightens. That's how she got herself on the executive council of Hong Kong. Of course, this is all speculation, can't prove any of it, but if Josephine was using positive chi that fortune is just now, she isn't getting it anymore. And Foster Pod and saw that, rubbed up spoon against the rim of the bowl. I don't know what happened to her, guess we'll have to wait and see. Gary finishes soup and lets out a little belch and pats her stomach satisfied. She tosses the bone in the corner from madness and folly. So, Seattle, what now? Maybe we watch a Trid, anything on? There's always something on, but I still imagine and get some sleep, especially you, Jeremy. You look like shit. So I've heard. Oh, we gotta. I'm sorry, Rack. We gotta do it. Rack rides impassively. He wears an easy smile, but his eyes are as cold as his feeling his shade senses. Well, I'm afraid for an evening. My father treated when an extra-dimensional being prevented her from nesting in Vault City and shut down a machine that was destined to fate itself. Alright, then impressive with some options, wouldn't you say? That was just never Fred, I'll take it. His eyes dream wet. Yes, my friend, of course you will. What's next for you? Right. Well, I'll remain here, Hawaii, of course. This place is perfect for my needs. I can easily acquire any materials that I might need. And with your help, I have acquired a certain level of proficiency in evading the police. This will be the testbed of the future of our species, the birthplace of a new form of life. And I will help to usher in into the world. I might just help you out with that if I'm still around. I would enjoy that, my friend. His smile lightens. And what would you think the likelihood of that is? The intent to stand beside him when the time comes? Depends on what exactly you plan to do. That remains an open question. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see for ourselves. He caught his head, grinning. The shame mimics the motion. The anticipation will be invigorating. In the interim, be well, my friend, and rest while you can. There is more looming on the horizon than you could possibly dream of. I love him. So, Daichu, how does it feel to kill a god? Dutch is in process of cleaning his cabin as you enter. Using a small hand broom, he sweeps dust and debris about in small piles, sensing however he pauses. JermaSUS, it is not every day that one can say they fought an ancient god and won. The duel folds his arms crossed in a smile, glances his lips. It is an unbelievable story. I have a hard time believing myself, it all seems like a dream. Nature nods and I feel somewhat the same. Perhaps it is the supernatural nature of the Amateurs, or the mind's own tendency to compartmentalize. Regardless, it did happen, and we did survive. A challenge worthy of legend. How do you feel about being part of that? I feel like I could take on the world. Given what I have seen, the world may not win. You have a singular level of drive and focus. The kind of intensity we've ever seen. Nature grins to talk critically. Just let me know when you decide to talk with the corporate court. I expect I will need to prepare myself if I am to keep up. I'm glad you're part of the team, Daichu. That's so, then I would then challenge at the cleaning. If you need me for anything, well, you know where to find me. Ah, I love these two. I love them. You can get better than this shit. Ah, my friend. Oh shit, boys, my friend just sent me a goddamn message about his writing. I'm about to go from fucking god tier, being hype as all shit, to listening to reading. All is quiet in the slumbering kingdom of Kingdom's name. Isabel looks up at you, troubled expression on her face. If she's found any peace from victory in the Vault City, she hasn't shown it. Well, we did it. Kenya is done, and we never had to set foot in the Vault City again. She tries to smile, but it fails away in a moment's time. But yes, that I don't need these anymore. You're right, you don't. So go ahead and elite them. All they're doing now is hurting you. That's the part I'm not sure about. They're definitely hurting me, but I think that they might be doing more than that, or something. I can't explain that. Something is holding me back. Though eating these things just doesn't feel right, and I don't know why. Look, as if you know those memories you'll be doing to yourself what Josephine Sand was trying to do with Raymond. She says nothing. She stares. A moment later, she nods. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Changing my past through omniscience and writing my present by doing it. I think that it's a form of self-mutilation, kinda. It makes me feel uneasy. So what do you want to do? No, I'm thinking maybe I'll sleep on it. I think that's a good draw. It's been a long day. Yeah, I bet you could probably use the rest too. Good night, JermaSUS. And rest well. You've earned it. As you enter Cabot's cabin, you find her sipping from enormous mud. Something dark and steamy sloshing as he lowers the vessel. Her rats squeak happily from their perches on her shoulders. That was one hell of a thing, wasn't it? We fought a Yamaki and we won. I'd say it's time for a celebration. Anything to drink, Randy? Sure I do, but if you're thinking of breaking out tonight, you're crazy, Murzasio. If you don't think to keep my eyes open much longer. If we're gonna celebrate our victory in style, I don't want to pass out 10 minutes on the 10-minute march. I was tired too. To be frank, I don't even know how you're still standing. Sheer force of will. She smirks. Yeah, I'll bet. No exert your will in your cabin, then we mere mortals. I'll see you tomorrow, though, right? I mean, you're not going anywhere. I'm beat to all hell job right now. I don't think I can leave if I wanted to. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll see you around then, Seattle. She hesitates for a moment. The corner of her mouth tilts up into an old familiar smirk. Oh, in Seattle? Yeah? Sweet dreams. I love her. You enter Will's cabin with the sound of his neck cracking in a horrifying volume. You catch his eye, he nods, then begins to stand. He's standing, stretching, rigid. How do you have energy? How do you have energy to continue to not sleep. I wish there was a safe stuff shack in this damn country. I need some nerves of bromopus or something. He rubs his stomach and this garbage stew is heinous. Yeah, stay away from that. Is she offering an oyster? Nah, we're not that tight. I mean, I don't visit her bunker all the time like you do. Ah, he pulls his right elbow back behind his head, stretching his tricep. They're good true, aren't they? Yeah, just to get the job done. Defeating the demon queen. Yeah, I'd say I would do. One goddamn day. It was good to stretch. Yeah, but you doing okay? Will Schwartz turns back and begins stretching his arms. Yeah, sure, I took a few hits, but I'll be okay. Come on, well, Raymond's dead. We have to acknowledge it. Will spins doors around, glares at you red-eyed. He's not dead, Jeremy. Didn't you hear? She's trying to feast on him, torture him. He's worse than it. Way, way worse. He left us, and now he's trying to be tortured for 1,000 years or some shit. Raymond paid for his mistakes, no question about it. No question about high fucking price. He grabs the name of bots when and begins to turn over to dumbbell. What about you? What do you think about Raymond? His mom, fortune, the whole mess of the business. I'd say we gotta rope him in some truly that foggy bullshit. Ain't that the truth? He drops the name of bots and floor over the crash. Time for bad Mr. Rabbit, they would deserve a good night sleep. Get out here, see you in the morning. Still, it's pretty sad what has to happen after. I tend to go to sleep and end the champagne. You drop your dead head onto the pillow and haul the rough naval blanket over you. The cracking rocks like a cradle, and the moments later, you're wrapped in the comforting arms of sleep. There are no nightmares. Only shadows. The story in the walled city riots circulates local news networks for nearly a week. We're outside Hong Kong, hear about this incident. And of those that do, even fewer care. By the end of the mile, the city is back to business as usual, and only the flow of refugees eventually starts to trick it. Those who do escape tell stories of terrifying demon dances and of an old man who has sacrificed his soul to banish her. Their mad ramblings are generally met with pity or contempt. After the incident in the walled city, the approaching lucky street, the propelled sand mechanical service into the limelight comes to an abrupt end. Evidence of Sand's culpability in the walled city's riots, as delivered by the reliable source, is aired on the Horizon News Network, and the corporate stock crashes door to freefall. Within a year, Worsening Inc. buys out, absorbs, and dismantles the company. Josephine Sand is quietly filed away in a corporate prison. She remains there, buried behind walls of concrete and rebar, until she hands herself 3 months later. Here remains a safe port of call for smugglers. Janitors and Shadowrunners are alike. You are no exception. The shadows here welcome you, in a way that Seattle never did. You've earned the respect of your fixer, your clients, and your community. And now that the APB on you and your team has been lifted, by parties unknown, you're free to operate openly in Hong Kong. This place is yours. Now, you're home. Hell yeah, people! We did it. We did it, boys. Well... I love this game. I fucking love it. There ain't nothing better. I love these people. I love all the crew. Oh, I love them all. It's truly a pity that you have to choose between them and Duncan in the fucking DLC finale. That's the biggest pity of this whole thing, but it's reasonable. Duncan was not the head of the group. He didn't talk to all these people all the time. I love how Goblet wins at the beginnings of a relationship and stuff. Because, I mean, why wouldn't she? She's a goddamn rat shaman. Tomboy GF, boys. Tomboy GF. A harebrained Steve's production. I'll just savor the moment for a bit. Tomorrow we'll do the DLC maybe. It's a signal mission DLC, nothing much. No. Actually no, we won't do it. This is where we'll end it. Shadowrun Hong Kong, a story of JermaSUS, a man that was part of a small gang in the slums of Seattle before he got picked up by a man trying to escape his demons. Before he got thrown into a corporate black site. Years later, went to Hong Kong because his foster father called him, meeting up with his brother, Duncan Wu. Their adventure began. Nothing more than coincidences. Thanks to Gobbet and Isabel, they made it through. Met Kylie Chan, their fixer, and now they killed the god. No, defeated, not really killed. What else is there to say? Great game. Yes, it had its small bugs. But come on. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines had its own bugs. People still like that shit. I also love Bloodlines. It's a good game. Too bad the sequel is in fucking eternal limbo. Since they dropped the company who was making it for some reason or other. Still, that'll be all. I want to thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this beauty of a game. Fuck, I can't bring... Damn it. I love this game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope I can see you next time. I think I have set up when we're gonna play it tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I can see you next time. And like always, have a good one. Bye.